In this video, we're going to go over how to create an ITBT profile on our Civets electric roasters. The ITBT stands for inlet temperature, bean temperature. It's one of the most customizable ways to automate this roaster. To begin, you're going to go to the profiles screen. First, you're going to select the profile you want to create or save to or edit. If you have no profile name saved yet, in the left hand side of the screen you're going to want to just add your name in there. So you'll click on the name up there on the left, you'll put in, I'm just going to put in profile 1, I'm going to press enter, and then you'll notice that it is not updated in this drop down yet. It still says test profile. So to get it to update, you'll press in the white box on the left side of the profile names. You can press any of these, they all do the same thing. So now you'll see it's updated to say profile 1. Once you've selected the profile in this drop down, this is the profile that you're going to either edit or save to or copy. Once you've selected it from the drop down, you're going to press load from profile. So that actually pulls the numbers into the center of the screen here from this profile. So if you were paying attention, these numbers updated when I did that. It's important to remember that step because the roaster itself uses the numbers that are in this center square here. Whatever numbers are populated in here is what's going to be used during the roast. So as it goes through the steps, it just looks at these numbers. If all you did is select it from the drop down but you don't press load, it's not going to update these numbers. So once you have this profile loaded, you can start making your changes. Once you have your changes made, you're going to press save to profile if you want to save them. Now the cool thing is you can select a different profile. We'll just select a blank one here, and you can save to that profile. So you basically, that's a copy function. You can copy these numbers into the profile you have selected in your drop down. So you can save your changes either to the same profile or to a new one, or overwrite an existing one. Creating a brand new profile from scratch can be kind of difficult. So if you start with all zeros, it's really hard to know where to start. There's a couple ways that you can do this. If you have no idea what you're doing and you want just a general idea, the easiest way to do it is to go here to BT profile. You're going to select a batch size and a roast level that's the most similar to what you're looking for. So if you're wanting to make a new ITBT profile for a full batch and it's going to be a medium-ish roast, select your full batch medium, load your full batch of beans in and run a roast. You're going to get a good result with this profile. And then you can go in an artisan and you can look and you can see what the inlet temperature was doing at various bean temperatures. You'll be able to see what your blower velocity was, what you had to set that at to loft the beans. Once you have all that data, now you can go back in here to profiles and you can start putting in your numbers. If you already have a pretty good idea of what temperatures you're going to need, another easy way to create something from scratch is to go to Civets mode and just manually run your inlet temperatures and blower velocities through the roast. Then you can go back and take a look at that roast in Artisan or Cropster and you can see where you made all the changes, and then basically you're going to just copy those numbers straight into here. Rule of thumb, or just for best results, try not to make changes that are greater than around 25 to 30 degrees at a time in your inlet temperatures. This just helps keep things stable during the roast. The bigger the change you make, the higher the chance of maybe some oscillation. It might take a little time to hit that target, especially when you're dropping down. So like when you're going from a high number to a low number, the bigger the change, it wants to undershoot and then it'll come back up. So smaller changes are better if you have enough steps to do that. So we'll just quick go over that again. To load your profile, select it from the drop down, press load from profile. If you want to save it, just press save to profile. If you want to save it to a new one, select that profile and then save. To change the name, press up here, put your name in, press enter, and then touch the white box to the left of it. And now to actually use the profile in a roast, you're going to want to make sure you have it selected. You're going to press load from profile to make sure it's populated in the middle of the screen there. Then you go to the main screen, you'll select ITBT profile mode, and it's going to show you the profile that you have currently selected. Now you're going to enable your fan and heat. You're going to drop your beans in and you're going to press start roast. It's going to automatically go to your first step. It's going to set your inlet temperature and your blower velocity at those set points that are loaded in your first step, and it's just going to take off from there. You'll be able to see which step you're on in this box here. It's step 0, so that's going to start updating. It's going to go to step 1 and step 1 through as you go through the roast. If while you're roasting you want to make a change, just pay attention to what step you're on. So if you're at step 4, you're going to go to profiles. This middle box is where it's pulling all the numbers from. So just go to step 4, make your change right in that step. Maybe you want to hold it for longer, so you'll change your bean temperature. Maybe it needs to be a little hotter right now, so you'll change your inlet temperature or your fan speed. Whatever you want, you can make changes during the roast on the current step, and it immediately takes effect. Then of course you can update your upcoming steps, and those will also take effect as they come along. Once you're done, remember to press Save to Profile if you've made any changes. Otherwise those will go away once you load a different profile.